So in our draft one, the audience said there wasn't enough passion or aggression shown when playing the instruments or singing, which made it very unappealing or boring. So for example, when there's Kieran on the guitar in our first draft, it was just simple strokes, not really enough effort putting in. Me on the drums, I was just doing what I was supposed to be doing, just hitting the drums. When in our final draft, we were going really at it, pretending that we were really getting involved with the song, just making it more, putting more emphasis on it to get the audience more engaged. The audience also said during the performance of our first draft, the camera shots were very simple, as we only used about 4 shots, like a close-up and a wide shot, which at first, this is all we thought we needed. So then we used the audience feedback and used a variety of camera shots and angles, which then actually helped us increase the pace of editing, as we were able to cut a variety type of shots, which increased the pace of editing. Also, in our first draft, audience was saying we didn't really challenge the editing, as it's very simple cutting from performance to narrative, which they said didn't really keep them engaged. So then we tried to maybe challenge editing with fast editing, maybe editing techniques that might not have worked, but even just to give it a go, just see what the audience felt about it, just gave us an extra idea. The audience also didn't like the fact that in the last fight scene, the actors had their hoods up, as they found it hard to identify who was who. So we completely understood that. It's just that with the hoods up, it just showed aggression, kind of like a threat to the audience, which we thought that's what we wanted to kind of convey in our videos. But obviously the audience didn't like this, but they liked the idea of their clothing with a hoodie, with tracksuits, as this does show kind of a threatening outfit. The audience really liked the location of our last fight scene though, as it kind of seemed like an abandoned car park with no cars in it or anything, showing that it was quite a good place to have a fight. So we kept this consistent and kept it throughout all our drafts, draft 1, draft 2 and our final draft. In draft 2, we had quite of this familiar types of feedback, as we only really changed the performance, which the audience, were very pleased about, but still thought that there was something missing, kind of like a unique identity, which is why in our third draft, our final draft, we used the blue and red lighting, which really did make our video stand out to others, as from our research we were looking at people in our same genre, and they kind of used the same theme that we used for our draft 2 with the black and white background, or even just black and white lighting giving silhouettes and everything. So we thought we would take it a step ahead and use blue and red, but in a dark way, to give it a dark tone, but still, like I say, give us a unique identity. And in our final draft, the audience were overall satisfied with what we had produced, as we covered most of the things they wanted improving. But the one part which we knew ourselves was a weak point, and which the audience weren't too very pleased about, was our first fight scene, as we still didn't really make it convincing. Although we used the makeup with the fake blood, which really made it more effective and convincing, the actions and all that still didn't make it perfect, and still the editing was quite slow. But overall, the audience were happy with everything that we'd improved on. For example, the composition from our draft 1 to our final draft, giving the unique identity of the red and blue lighting compared to just having standard white lighting just on the group or the performance, and the increasing of pace of editing, as in our draft 1 and 2, that was a very weak point for us, as it really wasn't keeping the audience engaged.